guys, John from SurfFX, and we're having a look at the new 2023 Fanatic Sky Free in the Team Edition, which is the only construction they do on this board, but that is the important thing. So what they've done, they've changed the construction of their TE boards. They are now a PVC wrap carbon, same kind of construction we get in like high-end windsurf and wave boards, which are great for jumping. So yeah, previous constructions and most companies, you know, developed all that stuff before people were even jumping wingdings. So now that we're getting some airtime, things are getting a lot more durable. It's made it really strong, it's made it quite stiff, and they've been able to tweak the shape a little bit too. So have a look at that now. Number one thing they've done on this board is that it is the quick planer and easy to get going. So great board for a bigger person, lighter winds, or you know, like me, I'm just lazy and want to get going and nothing. So this is the kind of board I ride. You get a little bit more of a tweak in the shape this year. So we got a nose that kind of drops down. So not too dissimilar from like a stand-up paddleboard race board, how they kind of have a little drop deck. And that keeps a little bit more volume in the nose. And doing so, like if you've been wingdinging a bit before, first time I got on a shorter board, immediately all I did was kind of push the nose underwater because there wasn't a whole lot of volume there. So having a little bit more volume there keeps that nose up, and the rocker line underneath, it looked quite a bit more gradual, helps it glide up and stay up as well. So really nice little feature there to help it get out of the water a bit easier. And having that little drop deck allowed them to actually change the angle of the deck. So in relation to the foil, it's a little bit more intuitive on the foot placement. So it just lets you kind of have a little bit better riding position. Everything's a bit more leveled up when you're cruising, and just gets more comfortable all in all. They changed the foot strap position a little. They moved everything basically up a bit further forward because, well, most people are riding their foils a bit further forward, so that is able to get the foot straps more forward. So you've got a nicer placement there. You've got, you know, Fanatic are great with this. They put a heap of inserts in, so you can run them in straight. We got them in a V formation here. If you only ride one foot forward and ride toe side, then you can have it nicely offset, so it's like an asymmetric front foot strap. And then the rear, you've got two sets of holes in the rear, so you can have kind of offset a little bit, dead square, you know, options again there. They all have a Gore-Tex vent plug, so it's a do not mess with vent plug. So yeah, don't mess with it. I can't stress that enough because I've had guys try to undo it, and it just, you don't have to, just leave it. All right, bottom shape. Like I said, it's got the nose a little bit more gradual through the concave. There is a little bit of a V through it, but that's just kind of help just disperse the water on the occasional touchdown. But it really just gets the board to, as soon as you start moving a little bit, even when you're on your knees in that kind of position before you get to your feet and the board's moving a little bit, it helps just keep the nose up. So that nice gradual nose just keeps it out of the water. Goes into the usual flat section, of course a handle, which makes life a lot easier when you're getting moving around. And you see the boxes are quite a bit further forward from the tail again. So there is definitely a trend of everything moving a little bit forward. It gives you a little bit more leverage over the back to manipulate the board, basically, so a bit more control of the board. And of course you got your markings and stuff here. It's got little things, more lift, less lift, stuff like that, but it's a great position, and they've worked really well with most of our foils we've been doing, like Axis and Fanatic and the new North foils and Takuma. They've been really kind of a good placement for those. Back on the deck, just a little kick pad off the back if you're riding strapless, just kind of know where it is. And you can really feel, like, particularly in this back section, how you do have a little bit of like that scooped area of the deck, but how it rises up again for a little bit of that volume to pack a bit more in the tail, just to get it out of the water easy. And a sharp edge the whole way around. So again, it's all about getting it planing. The board, you know, what you want from a board is stability while you get to your feet, and after that you want to just let go and release from the water as soon as possible. And that's basically what they've done here quite well. So a couple things by having the foot straps in that box a little bit further forward is that when you're up and riding, you've got less board in front of you. So the dimensions aren't too far off. They're about an inch off of the boards last year. Like this board here is a 5'3", 95 liters. But what happens is when you are up and riding, suddenly you've got a little bit more board behind you and less board in front of you. So the boards feel, when you're actually flying it, way smaller than they are. So it's a nice little bonus. So you still have a big board on the water where you need it, but when it's up in the air, it feels like a lot smaller.